CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Getting set to kick it off here in Houston as we send it down to the field for more on the new Tennessee play caller. Here's Amanda.
Beth, thank you. Coach Callahan addressed the team this week, and he said it's time we all look ourselves in the mirror to see what we could be doing better, and that starts with me. Callahan officially handed off those play calling duties on Monday to quarterbacks coach Bo Hardigree, telling us play calling wasn't the issue, but taking it off his plate allows him to focus on the bigger picture. Cam Ward told us he's excited for this change. He's looking for more yards in the air, more up-tempo offense as they look for their first win in 308 days, guys.
It's funny, when we spoke with Bo Hardigree this week, he said when he filled in for the Raiders a couple years ago on an interim basis, he didn't find out till Wednesday. He said this is way better to know on Monday afternoon.
Trying to jumpstart this Titans offense, and they will be on the receiving end. Houston winning the toss. They'll defer to take it in the second half. Kaimi Fairbairn set to boot it away. Chimere Dike, one of 3 fourth-round picks for the Titans, that is making an early impact in the receiving and special teams groups.
Ever. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. And by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real.
All roads leading to Houston and Energy Stadium. Yard line. Here comes Cam Ward, and here comes Amanda Balionis.
Well, Beth, we all know football in Texas is different, but I'm not sure there's a better example of this. Take a look at this map. Cam Ward's from about an hour away from here, and the pastor of his hometown church realized that if they held their traditional Sunday service, 90% of the congregation wouldn't be there because they were either going to be driving to the game, getting ready to watch at home. Michael Shapiro of the Houston Chronicle wrote an amazing story. He reported they actually moved that church service to Wednesday because over 1,200 people came up for the game. Me and Stoli, our cameraman extraordinaire, found the guys out there, found the tailgate. They said there's actually more than 1,200. Pretty cool homecoming.
And I'm sure there was an appropriate blessing before diving into the tailgate. There is Cam. Columbia High School in West Columbia.
I don't think they ever moved church for me when I was playing. You must be pretty special if you get the church service moved. That's great, though, that he has that many people, and it's one of the things that's so cool about making it to this level is just how many people get a chance to live the experience vicariously through you. He knows he's representing all those folks from West Columbia.
Apparently an outstanding basketball player as well, but with the arm strength, football was his future.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G and by Allstate. You're in good hands.
Everybody needs a friend like the best bull in the pregame wedding. Toro celebrating with longtime season ticket holders Laura and Alan. Got married down on the field here earlier today.
Our producer, Jonathan Siegel, said they registered at the team store. I don't know if he's joking or serious.
Their first play on a long and lengthy scoring drive of life. To the ground, and Woody marks. It's been a tale of two sides of the football so far for the Texans. Let's take a ride. Spotlight on the defense, pretty good. But when you switch to the offense, that bull gets bucked off. 12.7 points per game. That is last in the league.
Have you ever done that, Beth?
I have not had the pleasure.
Of riding a bull?
I have not.
I did it at my buddy's 40th birthday party. Did not fare well.
No.
Might have done a little bit better earlier in the night. I think I waited till a little bit too late.
I can sling a lot of bull, Ross, but I can't ride a lot of bull. Start of the second quarter, 3-0 Texans, and yes, indeed, we can confirm Laura and Alan did hit up the merch on their wedding day after getting married down on the field pregame. Cut down around the 22. Well, the NFL and the American Cancer Society created Crucial Catch because early cancer detection can save lives. So don't wait. Visit NFL.com/Crucial Catch to find your local cancer screening resources and learn how to reduce your cancer risk. This week, more than 50 breast cancer survivors and friends gathered for a special Survivors in Soap event hosted by Jamila Ryans, defensive end Dylan Horton, and the Houston Texans.
I think he's done a fine job so far. You know, it was interesting when we spoke with him this week. When he got the job with the Raiders 2 years ago, his focus was penalties, turnovers, and the run game. And I think that's his primary focus here with the Titans as well.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile. Now the best network in America. Jeep. There's only one. And by Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule.
The Hat Store, that's where they get you rodeo ready, Ross. A family business shaping and selling hats for over 100 years here in the Houston area.
That's not a cowboy hat. That is. Boy, that thing looks like it's been through some battles.
Oh, yeah. Intended receiver. Let's check in with the studio and Adam Shine.
Beth, take a look at this. Justin Herbert back to pass. And it's Dexter Lawrence, first career interception. Almost takes it to the house, to the 3-yard line of the Chargers. Giants would kick a field goal. New York 10-0. Back to you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Little Caesars, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL, and by FanDuel. Play your game.
Back here at NRG Stadium, third down coming up near midfield. What are you thinking, Ross?
Well,
I live in Lordscout, Scotland, and I'm a huge Texans fan. Kilts are all about Scottish pride. Now they're about pride in my favourite team.
3. And he did it again. Pushed it right.
oh boy.
0 for 2 in the first half, and the 0 stays on the board for Tennessee.
This is like soccer. The Texans kicker made both of his. The Titans kicker missed both of his, and as a result, you can see Bones can't believe it. He missed it again.
Career 81% for Sly, but he's 0 for 2, and it's a 6-0 lead for the Texans. Here's D'Amico Ryans with Amanda.
Coach, CJ's been slow to get up after being sacked a few times in the first half. How do you keep him upright in the second half?
Yeah, we got to continue to run the ball better, and we got to be able to make great decisions, get rid of the football when it's time to get rid of the football, and also just protect better. It's all 11 when it comes to protecting the quarterback.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
That's the end of the first half. Our score, Houston 6, Tennessee nothing. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G.
Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up later, folks. Most of you will see Lamar Jackson and the Ravens taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, while others will catch the Bears visiting the Raiders. Back here on our set outside of the stadium. Matt, as we look at the game later, your thoughts?
Well, I'm looking at the matchup of Kansas City's offense going against Baltimore's defense. I think if you look at both of these teams, the side they've been sloppy on is the Kansas City offensive side and the Baltimore defensive side of the ball. If Kansas City's offense can find some continuity in the passing game, find the ability to run the football, that's going to be interesting to see. On the other side, Coach, you talked about it. Can Baltimore tackle? Can they be together on the defensive side of the ball and make the plays. That side of the ball, that matchup is going to be the key to this game.
For me, I'm looking at Lamar Jackson up against this KC defense. There once was a time where people thought if we bring pressure on Lamar, we speed up his clock, we can force him to throw from different arm angles and pivots. Well, that's not the case anymore, because if you force him to throw from different arm angles and pivots, he'll beat you, and he will make big play after big play. This year, he has been throwing the ball incredibly well. I think we need to stop mentioning him as this athletic quarterback that is a good passer. At some point, we need to change the conversation to him being one of the best passers of this era, because he is playing well, throwing the ball, but more importantly, being efficient with the rock.
And for Patrick Mahomes, he's going to get back Xavier Worthy. Yeah. All of a sudden, Tyquan Thornton has shown up. And I think right now for them to attack this team down the field, because this defense, 32nd in yards game, I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens, big plays are there. And on the other side, when you have the losses they've had, I know they've been to Detroit and Buffalo, two good teams, but you have big plays on defense and turnovers on offense. Lamar, Derrick Henry has stumbled the ball in 3 consecutive games. Yeah. You just wonder how he's going to run today. Is it going to be somewhat holding that ball a little bit more secure? Because turnovers and big plays have been a big Achilles heel.
And Baltimore has to worry about one more thing. The 12th man.
Yeah.
These fans here in KC. That stadium gets rocking.
And the heat.
It's
hot. JB. Chocolate's melting out here, JB.
Lamar's maturation has simply been sensational. Hey, folks, and the Verizon Halftime Report continues after this.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to Kansas City and the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. JB, along with Nate, Coach, and Matt, a sense of urgency across all the early games.
Define other in this first game right here, JB, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills. You're going to see Khalil Shakir is going to take this from Josh Allen, but these New Orleans Saints, they have been pesky, but the Bills lead 14-10.
Ooh, look at this run, Coach.
Yeah, that's
come on, Khalil.
Run. And I'll tell you, the turnover in the red zone by New Orleans going in right there, the difference in this game right now with the Buffalo defense.
All right, we have the Panthers and the Patriots. This is the first quarter. A lot of special teams plays have been going on this year, and this is another one. Marcus Jones spins out of a tackle, and then he takes this 88 yards to the house on the punt return. They're playing good on all levels. Offense, defense, special teams. They are all over the Panthers in this one, 28-6.
All right, Commanders taking on the Falcons in Atlanta. What do you do when you're struggling on offense? Give it to your best player, Bijan Robinson, up the middle. Will not be denied. 14-yard touchdown, Falcons on top, 17-10 right now. All right, let's go over. Eagles taking on the Bucs in Tampa. It's going to be Jalen Hurts with a little fake to Saquon and a flip. Little shovel right there to Dallas Goedert. Beautiful 5-yard touchdown. Philly on top right now, 24-3.
All right, we have the undefeated Chargers going up against the winless Giants, and Jackson Dart is making his start, and he's making his presence felt. Check him out. Dart, 15-yard run for the TD. The man showing his legs and also making big plays, but not so good news here. Malik Neighbors goes up, steps funny. His knee is tweaked. He gets carted off in this. So some good news because of Dart playing well, but then some bad news with Neighbors going down.
Earlier today in Dublin, Ireland at Croke Park, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Mr. Rooney is looking down from above, very proud of his team. And how about on this play, 80 yards, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, longest offensive play in international history. Steelers win 24-21 in Ireland. Cheers to the Guinness people.
Hey, there we go. All right, Browns taking on the Lions in Detroit. It's going to be Jared Goff handing off to Jahmyr Gibbs, who basically goes untouched. Beautiful blocking right there for the Detroit Lions. Detroit on top right now, 20-7.
All right, we have a couple of winless squads. The Tennessee Titans in Texas trying to make something happen. Low scoring affair in the first half. 6-0 Texas.
Yeah, I think that's about what we expected in that game. Both offenses struggling, defenses playing well. In the other game in Atlanta, very good game as well.
Yeah. All right, folks, and there is a pensive Patrick Mahomes looking locked in. No stranger to big games or big moments. We will have more of the Verizon Halftime after this.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G. Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in rushing touchdowns?
And we've got more stats coming your way. Here's a look at the numbers from that first half. The score 6-0 Texans over Titans. Neither side was able to muster up a trip into the red zone. So we'll see if the offenses can change that here in the second half. Beth Mowins along with Ross Tucker, Amanda Balionis with us as well. Your thoughts on what we saw in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of what we should have expected. Watching these teams through the first 3 weeks of the season, 0 red zone trips from either team in an entire half. That is rare and really, really hard to do. Obviously, the defense is still getting the better of the offenses for both these squads.
Just the second game so far this season with a combined total of under 7 points. Green Bay and Cleveland ended up being a thriller. Maybe we've got that in store as well in the second half. Houston to receive. Tremon Smith will bring it out. Winding his way across the field. East and west out across the 30. Moments ago, Amanda caught up with Coach Callahan.
Coach, new play caller. You're trying to get points on the board. What adjustments are you looking for from this offense in the second half?
Just got to make a couple more plays in the passing game. We picked it up there in that last drive. A little more consistency so we can go put some more points on the board.
Expecting more up-tempo?
I would hope so, yep.
Thanks, Coach.
NRG Stadium in Houston. We're headed to the fourth to decide this one in a 6-0 Houston lead over Tennessee. Beth Mowins, Ross Tucker, Amanda Balionis, and the Texans on the move, finally getting into the red zone.
Yeah, their 5th red zone trip the entire season. Our first red zone trip today. We got an actual chance at a touchdown.
With Adam Shine.
Beth, you can't spell Josh Allen without MVP. Take a look at this move. My goodness, 21-10 Bills, middle of third, back to you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Corona. La Playa awaits. And by American Express. There's nothing like platinum.
So you're saying there's a chance. It is doable. 0-3 to the playoffs. The last team to do it, of course, was the Houston Texans in 2018. This afternoon. Ross, I believe you are world-renowned when it comes to slow starts and bouncing back.
I guess. Rookie year with Marty Schottenheimer on the left. 0-5. We won our next 5 games, and we were in the mix till the very end. And then in Buffalo, oh man, Buffalo, we went 9-2, and then we lost to the Steelers backups in the last game. Otherwise, we would have made the playoffs. The Steelers already clinched the #1 seed. Brings up a bad memory, but yeah, I guess I'm an 0-for expert here.
Beth, how about it? First touchdown pass for Jackson Darts in his career. A little shovel pass to Theo Johnson. Giants would go for 2. They would get it. 21-16 New York.
Hey, coming up next, it's game 2 of our NFL on CBS doubleheader. You can count on 2 MVPs raising their game for a crucial early season matchup. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens visiting Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Those are the last 2 teams to beat the Texans in the playoffs in the divisional round.
That's right.
2 years ago it was the Ravens. Last year it was the Chiefs. Those are the teams that the Texans are trying to take the next step against.
A lot on the line early in the year with both of them going in at 1-3. Always the possibility you'd see these two head-to-head in the playoffs. Of course, Mahomes with the 3 Super Bowl rings. Both guys with a pair of MVP trophies.
It really does feel like when you watch games like that, like Chiefs-Ravens, it very rarely disappoints. You know, those guys are both going to make a number of exceptional plays. I would expect it to be a close, competitive game, and you're right, neither team wants to fall to 1-3.
5. So can they run this thing out, keep the shutout intact? Got to go back to 2010, week 12, the Texans' last shutout win at home here against the Tennessee Titans. Rusty Smith was intercepted 3 times by Glover Quinn. Matt Schaub had a couple of TDs, and they won it 20-0.
Rusty Smith?
Rusty Smith.
Wow.
That's right.
I don't really remember that guy.
They only have 2 shutouts in franchise history. Looking for a third one. Their offense may be able to give them a big assist right here.
By the way, how about our crew that they had that footage ready?
How about that?
I don't know, maybe they're not showing that much faith in the Titans offense, but kudos to our crew for having that video ready.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Space Center Houston serving as the official visitor center of NASA's Johnson Space Center. 27 million guests annually. Right now speaking for itself. Got a turnover, got a 4th down stop. They've been pressuring the young QB. And that should do it. First win of the season for Houston. They get into the red zone. They score touchdowns. And it's 26-0, the final score. Houston over Tennessee. Ross Tucker, Amanda Balionis, Gene Steratore, our entire crew. I'm Beth Moen. So long from Houston. We've got some bonus coverage coming your way. A good one in Buffalo as we send you there now to Andrew Catalan.